Despite the football side of things being a bit boring, the football's shit, but it's a fucking rave. Frustrating. There's no denying how much Tom Wagner has transformed this football club, from the stadium, the squad, the backroom staff, and even the catering. I mean, one time I had three hot dogs before kick-off, 3 foot of meat, and it's all club revenue, and it was well worth it. So Blues just released the latest stadium update video, 100 days since we had the reveal of the 135 Royal Blue Empire.
100 days. Pride of place.
You got the baby, pride of place.
Yeah, of course. We're just. It's also good to have all the tests, and because we're in the thick of trying to work out how should we make these incredible brick towers.
Yeah.
100 days relighting every Blue Noses' hearts, young and old, and 100 days, a dream come true. The club reached out to me, and I got a personal invite to take me and my dad there.
All of you, raise a glass and make a toast to Birmingham and everyone who calls this great city their home and the new Birmingham City powerhouse.
Keep right on.
Cheers.
Keep right on, Dad. What do you reckon, Dad? Dad?
I ain't seen one like that before.
But I stand by every word I said about that silver fox, Nick Smith, because not only is he the head of infrastructure, he confessed to me that he watches the channel and that he's a big fan.
Thanks for all the feedback you give. We love seeing you enjoy it. Honestly, that's why we do it. We like to see the smiles, to see you guys drinking beers and enjoying the music and stuff in the fan parks and in the stadium. It's brilliant. See the reaction of the powerhouse has just been brilliant. And we can't wait to get there.
I'm not gonna lie, since you and Tom Wagner have teamed up, I haven't stopped drinking.
Help you with your designing as well.
Yeah.
When you're designing a model and thinking about how you can present an idea, it also helps you get your head clear about what do we actually want to do in the real thing as well. So this is all a work in progress.
But when people see a model in a scale like that, they don't appreciate the size of these buildings in real life and how massive they really are. And when you see the people to scale, even on the model, and you realize that these people are interacting with the building and how important it is to make sure that, at that place, how are we going to use it every single day? How is the community going to benefit from it every single day?
I got so invested in the 100 Days in Stadium update video, seeing those 3D models, that I even made my own 3D model. Let me show it to you. We're not just building your average stadium, we're building a royal blue empire. Keep right on.
135 acres, baby.
Keep right on.
Keep right on.
Blues legend.
You're all right, mate.
One message to the Blue Noses for me.
Keep right on.
The Blues. Come on.
Keep right on. Hey Ian, keep right on, baby. Woodster! Woodster! Woodster!
Come on, you blue boys!
Just keep right on and shit on the villa.
Keep right on.
What's going on, Blue Noses? It's me again, the boy in blue, back with another video, and I hope that you guys are all okay. Keeping warm. Before we get into the video, if you could please subscribe, it's completely free and it'll help a fellow Blue Nose and keeps me in the YouTube algorithm as well, so YouTube can keep suggesting my videos as well. So please like, share, and even hype the video as well if you can. So when Blues released their 100-day stadium design update, on the surface it looked like a fairly standard progress video. Architects in an office, models on all the tables, people discussing brickwork and even the column grids as well. But if you actually listen carefully to what they're saying, there are some extremely important clues about what the stadium is really becoming. And honestly, some of these details, they actually suggest that the project could be even more ambitious than the original renders that we saw in the original stadium reveal led by Tom Wagner. So let's break down 5 hidden things in this update that most people might not notice. So the stadium bowl has already been redesigned. One of the most interesting lines in the entire video comes when the interior designer casually says, "We've reset out the whole bowl. It's steeper, a little bit taller. I think it's going to be even more intimidating, even more of a cauldron of football." Now that might sound like a bit of a small change, but in the stadium design terms, that's actually a massive adjustment. What they're essentially saying is that the entire seating bowl has been reconfigured since the original design competition began. Making the stand steeper does several things. First, it brings fans closer to the pitch if the capacity stays the same. Second, it improves the acoustics around the ground because the sound travels upwards and it reflects back into the stadium rather than escaping. And third, it creates that feeling of pressure and intensity that players talk about when they describe the intimidating stadiums. We know it's like being the Blue Nose when the atmosphere is rocking. It is intimidating. It's the difference between a stadium that simply holds supporters and a stadium that generally feels like a cauldron of noise on match day. You can see this philosophy in places like Signal in Duna Park, where the steep stands and tight bowl create one of the loudest atmospheres in football. So the fact Birmingham are already refining the bowl design suggests that they're not just building a big stadium, they're trying to build a stadium that feels powerful. The architect is being designed to feel human. Another really interesting point comes when the architect talks about the problem with modern stadiums. He says something that's actually very true in architecture. He says stadiums are often the size of the biggest warehouses ever built. And when you stand next to something that enormous, it can actually feel cold, intimidating itself in the wrong way. So that's why they keep referencing the brick towers and the chimney style structures in the design as well, and keeping that historic heritage very well thought. And that exactly what Tom Wagner was saying, you know, he wanted it to be authentic. It wasn't just a random typical stadium built together. So these features aren't just the aesthetics, decoration. They serve a very important architectural purpose. They break the building into smaller visual sections, so when you approach the stadium, it doesn't feel like one giant industrial block. Instead, it feels like a collection of structures connected together, much more like a traditional part of the city. And that's clearly where the industrial inspiration comes in. Birmingham, we all know, is historically a city of factories, foundries and brick industrial buildings. So by using brick towers and chimney like structures, the architects are trying to make the stadium look like it belongs to the city's history rather than feeling like a modern object that's just dropped into the landscape. The ground floor is being designed for everyday life. Something else they repeat several times in this update is the importance of the ground floor experience. And that might sound like a small detail, but it actually reveals something much bigger about how this stadium is meant to function. They talk about ensuring the building works every single day, not just on match days. They even talk about people arriving, interacting with the building, even touching it, using the spaces, working there, shopping there, and obviously spending more time there, i.e. more revenue, and it's all club revenue. This is a completely different philosophy from the older stadiums. Traditional stadiums were essentially empty shells for most of the week, but modern developments are designed as mixed and used as destinations for a purpose of 365 days, and that fits perfectly with the wider vision for Birmingham's sports quarter project being led by obviously Tom Wagner and the ownership group United Capital. The stadium is meant to be the centrepiece of the entire district, not just a football ground. It's there for the community as well. That's why you hear them discussing the retail units, the hospitality spaces, and how the stadium connects to the surrounding streets and public areas. The building is being designed to feel like part of the city rather than something that only comes alive on Saturdays. So the engineering complexity is enormous. Being an engineer myself, you know, this is the kind of stuff that I really like reading, you know, all the schematics, the drawings, the electrical diagrams, the building regs, the building diagrams, you know, all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy. Like, probably sounds a bit boring, but yeah, that's what that's the stuff that I look forward to reading too. How it's going to be put together, especially those acoustic add-ons as well. So another moment that stands out is when they briefly mention some of the engineering systems. Almost casually, they reference the openable roof, the moving pitch, and the complex structural systems required to make those things work. Now, these are not simple features. In fact, only a handful of stadiums in the world combined mechanisms like this. For example, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium famously includes a retractable pitch system that allows NFL games and concerts to take place while protecting the football surface. And that stadium cost well over £1 billion to build. So when the architects describe the mechanisms as crazy, they're not exaggerating there. These systems require massive engineering coordination between the roof structure, the pitch platform, the drainage systems, and the stadium bowl itself, which tells us something very important. This stadium isn't just an ambitious architectural dream, it's extremely ambitious and technologically as well thought of. The project has moved from vision to reality. Finally, one of the most important clues in the entire update is actually about the size of the team now working on the project. They even explain that during the original design competition, the team was very small, just a lean group developing the initial concept. But now we're saying something very significant. They were saying now it's about delivering, now it's about making it real. And that's why the team has expanded. They now have the structural engineers, the master planners, the mechanical engineers, and planning specialists all working together. They've already begun working closely with Birmingham City Council to ensure the stadium integrates properly into the surrounding development as well. This stage of the project is where the concept drawings start turning into a real construction plan. They're discussing things like the structural grids, the facade materials, and infrastructure alignment. These might sound like boring details, but they are extremely and exactly the things that are going to happen in this project as it moves from the idea to a buildable reality. So when you really listen to this update carefully, what it tells us is this: the stadium isn't just a vision anymore. The architects are there, and they're there now, solving real engineering problems, testing real materials, refining real structural designs. And that means that Blues' stadium project is continuing to move forward step by step. It's not just a dream, but it's something that is slowly, methodically becoming a real place. And when you step back and look at everything that's happening here, it really puts it into perspective just how big this moment is for Blues. For decades, Blues fans, us Blue Noses, have watched other clubs move forward. New stadiums, new infrastructure, modern facilities, while Blues often felt like a club stuck in the past. But now, for the first time in a long time, the direction of travel feels completely different, because what we're seeing here isn't just a stadium being designed. It's the foundations of something much bigger. It's a new home for the club, a new district for the city, and potentially one of the most ambitious football developments in the country, if not the world. And that vision is being driven by people like Tom Wagner and Knighthead, even Nick Smith as well. Credit to Nick. And the ownership group has made it very clear that their ambition for Blues going far beyond simply competing on the pitch. They're thinking in terms of decades, not seasons. They're thinking about the infrastructure, global brand growth, community development, and building something that will still matter 50 years from now. And when you hear the architects talking about the engineering details, the structural grids, even the retractable roofs and the moving pitches, those aren't just fancy features. Those are the signs of a project that is being taken very seriously at the highest level, because great stadiums aren't built overnight. They're built carefully, step by step, detail by detail. And that's exactly what this update shows. Behind the scenes, the work is happening, the plans are evolving, the team's growing, and slowly but surely the future of Blues is starting to take shape. For the Blue Noses who follow this club through these difficult years over the years, through relegations, ownership, chaos, and even uncertainty at times, this project represents something hopeful, something powerful. And it's hope that the next chapter of Blues will be written in a stadium worthy of the club, the city, and the supporters who never walked away. And if the ambition beyond this project is matched by the ambition on the pitch, then the next decade could be the most exciting era us Blue Noses have ever seen, because this isn't just building a stadium, it's building the future of Blues. Keep right on, fuck them all. Come on, you Blue boys. 135 acres, baby. Yes, Rich. All right, son. I don't know about you, mate, but I haven't stopped drinking since Tom Wagner's took over. I put so much weight on. I'm going to need a bigger studio. Any ideas?
All right, sir. Gotta be Woodster Studio, Glow Studios. Yeah, man.
Big thanks to Glow Studios for sponsoring this video. Capture, create, and illuminate with Glow Studios. Capture your vision and bring it to life, boosting your confidence in front of the camera. From cinematic video and professional photography to broadcast quality podcast studios and dedicated presentation practices, everything is designed to elevate your content and amplify your voice, so it's seen and heard. Check them out at glowstudios.io and go with Glow.
Who's that? Me? Oh, yeah, you. Sorry. Hello. Wherever we go.
Tony and Dad.
7-0 now, I'm here.
Best fucking habits.